video was not made for commercial use, but to prove what it takes to get the most important asset of them all, conditioning. Even the best and the most expensive car can't run without gas, oil and water. The science and knowledge of catch wrestling goes together with conditioning like a horse and carriage. One without the other is worthless. I knew that I had to have proof later on because there is a time and a place for everybody. And Father Time beats us all. Plus with the double hip replacement that I went through last December, it sure was the right thing to do. The young man that does the exercises had done some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and weight training and came to Tampa to learn catch wrestling. He was conned out of $2,000 and in debt for that amount because he had to borrow the money to pay this so-called wrestling school. Talk about being merciless. I met him by accident and felt sorry for him. I taught him the conditioning, as you can see, and it took him 8 months to get in that kind of shape. When he was ready to learn the stuff on the mat, my wife passed away, and I just lost all interest. The young man was a substitute teacher and had to move on. I always wondered what I could have made out of him. According to what you see, his heart was in it. About all those exercises you see, you can change them around to avoid boredom. But always stick with the fundamentals. The squats, push-ups, and bridging. The name of the game is adapt and improvise. Growing up in the Depression made that second nature to me. As you can see, it's all bodyweight exercises. And you must handle your body weight from all different directions. I think this conditioning can help you in any combat sport, and even if you are just interested in your health, it can do wonders for you, and you can do it at home. So by the time you save that you otherwise lose going to the gym, you can have your workout done. When you can work out by yourself, you also have mastered the secret of getting a workout in no matter what. Conditioning is the base of every combat sport. The best car in the world won't run without water, gas, and oil. Go back to nature and you will find out that animals in the wild are in the greatest of shape by using their own body weight and stretching. Jumpers. Say you train for 3 things, well 5 things actually. It's strength, stamina, speed, agility, and reflex. Reflexes you get mostly by playing handball, not paddleball, because that's for a one-armed man with an extension on his hand. Rope skipping, knee bends, build lung power and strength in the legs. Also, rope skipping is very good for lung power, coordination, and strength in the legs. Then you'll have your road work. Road work doesn't exist by just running or some burst and sprints in it. No, you visualize yourself in a fight. And then, according to the position you come in, you use it as an obstacle course. Every time, if you just run, you don't have no fighting power for what will happen to you, because in a match, Expect the unexpected. Be ready for everything. Start off with ordinary push-ups for upper body strength. Okay. This is the one that they do in the Mid-East. It's like a jackknife push-up on a board, which is very cheap to construct. Okay. There. Get lower to the ground with your hip. All right. There you see, you use like in a one-arm kind of push-up. All right, now do the one, lifting the leg. Get your body straight. All right, lift one leg. Go down. Okay. You see, this get one arm and one leg. As you can see, you don't need much for doing a lot for your upper body strength. All right, change to the handles. This is the same way, but it isn't, because the arms and the hands are in a different position, so it works from a different angle. Always work your muscle from every angle possible. All right, turn them. All right, and do those pump handles. This is strictly for your triceps. More up, bend your back more. Up all the way. Get your feet a little bit more back. Right, now you got it. That's it. Ah, that's it. That's the way you should do it. So as you can see, there's many things that can be done with very little for a lot of benefit. Okay, stop. As you see, now you're going to a further stage, which is harder and harder, and develop more of your body strength. You did it first flat hand. Now we put his hands and his arms on a different angle. Like I said, you work from every direction possible. And you get strength and stretch on the same time. Okay. Let me see the last one. Turn them around.
Okay.
Okay. Give me a couple of those. Now you work from 3 different angles, and it should be hitting every muscle in your chest, arms, back, and even your legs. Okay.
Go ahead.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
To build up, okay, to build up for the handstand push-ups between this, to build it up like this, slowly going down. Now, see, it takes down, and you go further. It gives you the strength, but also make you do the stretch on the same time, which is very important. Now don't think that you can do those things in 1 week time. It takes time and patience to build up, because you may not underestimate it that you carry your body weight on your legs all day long. But to get it up on your arms and to use it as a training example, it's not that easy. The last one, when you can do this one and you do a couple of them, you're really in shape. You can't, you mastered your body weight pretty good. See how deep you got to go to And there you are. Well, you got your work cut out here. Now we go to the next thing. In case you don't have a tree that you put a climbing rope on, then you always adapt and improvise. See, here you got a rope too, for those kind of push-ups. Now this is what you call a rope push-up. Which is completely different because your hands are in a different position and it hits you from a different angle. Like I said, handle your body weight from every possible angle. You want to look? Okay. Okay. So you see, that's in case you don't have a tree. Here is another one for pull and push. When he pushes up, be sure to go forward so he gets his abdominals too. One more. Okay. Now, you do that with a crossover grip, left and right. Down and face me. Right. Okay, pull. Push. Push it. At the rear end up. Up. That's it. Now you're doing it. One more. Okay. Up. Yeah. Okay. You can do that with your hand over thrust on the other side too. Go up. Push. Up. As you can see, I work slowly in from both hands. Okay. From both hands to one hand separate. That's why later on you will see how we go up from the chin, which is a very good exercise, but you got both hands in one fixed position. Then you go on the rope, where you got your hands separate. Then you go on the rings, where you got your hands completely loose. And that is what you need. You build up, because when you fight a man, you always have your hand on different parts of his body. So you got to see that your arms and your grip and your power is divided and equal on both sides. As you can see, now knuckles backwards.
The other way?
No, do a couple. And one more. Now, with the knuckles forwards. Works it out from a different angle. Now get it with 2 fingers. That'll really hit the forearm. You don't stay by just one way. Do it different ways or work from different angles. Dip is another form for getting up all the way down, all the way up. Now, okay, get your knuckles inside. All right. All those exercises you can do at home. Save the time when you go to the gym, where you then can use all the time you got on the sport itself that you practice. You climb rope with the hand and feet. Which is the first way you'd learn. Now the next time you go up, you will use no legs and keep his legs possibly on an angle. So we also strengthen the muscles of his thigh, of his upper thighs and his abdominals.
So we go for the side?
Yeah. Get ready. Okay. You can get your legs on one side of the rope. That's enough. Come down because you got more to do. You can get your legs on one side of the rope, on the other side of the rope, or one leg on each side of the rope. See, now he goes hand over hand on a rope in each side, which is really hard. It takes the time to build up to that, but like they said, Rome wasn't built in one day either. When you can do that, you're already on the way to being in perfect shape. Hardest of them all, climb a rope upside down. Say everything you do left, right, front, back, up and down. In that position, you got it made. Okay. He doesn't have to get all the way up now because he's showing several things. So, but then you know what it's all about. Okay. You know, this is a muscle up. This is like a combination of a chin, a dip, and a pullover. You know, which is terrific for a combat man. Next thing is a dislock. That's for in case you get tied up by somebody and you know how to control your shoulder and know how to twist out of it. Yeah. There's a combination of a muscle up. Go forward, roll. Go back to a bird's nest and go into a dislock. Okay. You go in the headstand. First you put on your forehead, all the way up, more. Stand, put your nose in the mat, put your feet a little bit down, don't slide them, yeah. You hold this position, like saying for a minute. Now you're going all the way back, just back, and not touching with your shoulders, a little bit more. That's it, stay there. You hold that for a minute. All right, now you go up, you touch with your one here. All right, after that, you touch with the other ear. Now you go front to back. Holding the way in, to your chin in, and go there. All right, that's enough, go back up. Now get in a rest position, all the way down.
Which way?
Down, do your nose, touch your nose, no, stay there. Touch your nose. Right, and all the way back. Right, okay, now left and right, ear to ear. Okay, all right, okay, that's gone down. That's the first exercise for strengthening up your neck. Now, the next one, go in the bridge, stand the other way around, as you can see.
This way?
Yeah. Okay. When you go in the bridge, you always go in a high bridge. You stand on the bridge of your nose, and if you can, with your chin into the mat. Back bend is very important. And if possible, don't stand on the point of your toes, but flat on your feet. Go. Okay. Now, that is a bridge. Now, do reverse push-ups. When you do the reverse push-up, your chest got to go forward. Push up and bring your chest forward. Right. Down, chest forward, one more, and that's it. Okay. Now you go over, you do your bridging gymnastic. Your hands on the floor, on your head, come over. And go back. Do it a couple of times. When you come down very smooth. Okay? Say, don't even touch with one leg, you're only one leg, not two legs, okay? All right. Now you do the same thing with your head along. No hands. All right? Get back. Once more. Yeah, now you do it on your hands. What you call gymnastic bridge. See that the shoulder is good over your hands, otherwise you won't make it. Once more. Get back again. That's it, stand up. You have no gym, just a little substitute. Small miniature mat will do the trick just the same as stand on a big one. When you can do this, you'll have confidence, and then when you're on a big mat, it will be twice as easy. All right, go down in the bridge. Now you can see it on the side, the arch of the body and shoulders. Try to put your feet flat on the ground once. Okay? That's a perfect bridge and it's strong. All right, now go over on your hands and the head. As you can see, there is no excuse for saying, I cannot do it, or there's no room, or they have no equipment. Any place where you are, and with the little bit that you have, you can work out. All right, do it again. You see, that's a nice short bridge. That's the way to go over. Go over without hands.
Kind of slippery.
Yeah. Try, I know it's wet from the rain, but...
I get it.
Yeah, it was wet from rain. See, even in the rain you can work out. Just get your nose in the mat and your chest forward. See, there you are. All right?
You're all over. Sorry about that.
Yeah, and the your money is laying on the floor. All right, give me the last one on your hands. Gymnastic bridge. And there is the proof that no matter where you are and how small the place is, as long as you get room enough, you can have a workout. Get up. All right, get your chest forward. All right, that should be it. Don't think about your arm that you hurt. Okay, go up. Okay, there you are. As I said, you can have your pick of exercises, and there is plenty more where those came from. You can also do partner exercises with one or more. Later, I will make a tape on that, plus how to swing the clubs and the mace, and how to do your road work by yourself with one or several partners. Believe me, just running will not do the trick. There's more to it than that. With the know-how, you can save yourself a lot of money, and you don't have to be an Einstein to do it. For results, all you need is desire and pride, and it will give you the drive to get what you want to be successful.